really do love these things. No matter how hard I try, I just can't stop eating them. These are my go-to midnight snack. You know, I like to pretend that I'm John Malkovich in Rounders.
Pay that man his money.
Teddy KGB. What a great movie name. He's definitely in my top 10 favorite movie characters of all time. You know, just a low-life scumbag who makes a living off of the weaknesses of his fellow man, and all the while suffers from the same weaknesses as the people that he preys upon. That is so very delicious. I get a warm feeling all over when I see someone suffering or struggling with an addiction. Drugs, alcohol, gambling, it doesn't matter to me. I enjoy them all. Murder and rape and war, they're all great. There's the personal afflictions, the ones that crush a person's soul and humanity, that are my real guilty pleasures. Think of it like binge watching an entire season of The Kardashians on a rainy Sunday afternoon. An addiction not only destroys the addict, but it also destroys the lives of their families and loved ones as well. What more could I ask for? In The Usual Suspects, Kevin Spacey says that the greatest trick I ever pulled was convincing the world that I didn't exist. I like that. It makes me even more mysterious. Kaiser Soze. Now that is another great movie character name. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I should look differently than I do. It's a common reaction, but you have to realize that you've been brainwashed by Hollywood and by the Bible about what I look like. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but my looks and my actions and pretty much everything else about me has been greatly exaggerated over the centuries. Now, look, I'm as vain as the next guy, so I really do love all these stories and myths that have made me the legend that I am today. But truth be told, that's all just a bunch of bullshit they write so that they can make money. I hate telling the truth. It's like, leaves an awful taste in my mouth. Kind of like black licorice. Yuck. You have to understand. It's all economics. Without me, who's going to go to the church? Who is going to give their hard-earned dollar to the church? Nobody. That's who. So, they write stories about who I am and what I look like in order to scare the fuck out of you guys. And I'm going to tell you an embarrassing secret. When people claim to have seen me or one of my many friends, or demons as you like to call us, and they describe us as having black soulless eyes and a deep scary voice, they're actually telling the truth. Now why is this embarrassing, you ask? It's embarrassing because I actually stole that look from Tinseltown. Hollywood is actually better at making me look evil than I am myself. Let me give you an example of the look and the scary voice that I'm talking about.
Worship me or I will destroy children and shit them down your throat!
See what I mean? It's very effective for scaring the hell out of people.
I hardly ever pull that shit out anymore. Why don't I do all the dog and pony stuff that much anymore? Because of you sick fucks. That's why. See, what you humans do to each other on a daily basis is far more horrific than anything that I could ever come up with. I'm just not that creative. I usually take the blame for all the bad in the world, and he gets credit for the good. But it doesn't really work that way, not in the slightest. Let's discuss the top 3 misconceptions about me. Misconception number 1. You can make a deal with the devil. This one has always cracked me up. See, people think that I will make them rich or beautiful in exchange for their soul. I'm not even sure how this even started. Probably because there are so many beautiful people who are rich and famous and have very little talent. See, your average Joe, they can't wrap their head around this, so they think, oh, he or she must have made a deal with the devil. Ah! I don't make deals. If I want something, I take it. I have no interest in making anyone's life more pleasurable while they are alive. Misconception number 2. Demonic possession. This one is mostly Hollywood's fault. They have made some really good movies about demonic possession, some of which actually really scared the shit out of me. People who are thought to be possessed by me are either crazy or faking it, plain and simple. I do not have time to inhabit some random person's body just so that I can ultimately leave that same body after some pedophile priest throws some tap water onto me. It's such bullshit. Misconception number 3. The devil rules over hell. I hate to break it to you, kiddies, but there is no hell. And because there is no hell, that's right, there is no heaven either. Your life is all you get. There is no punishment for being bad, and there is no reward for being good after you croak. If you think about it, it is quite silly to think that there is something after you die. But you humans are so narcissistic about everything that an entire world wasn't enough for you. You had to invent a fairy tale about a paradise where you walk around on clouds and you're reunited with your family and friends who have died. So stupid. Reunited and it feels so good. No. Mm-mm. All of you have seen and heard me, if not in a big way, then in a million small ways. I'm inside every one of you. See, some of you are just, pushovers for my little nudges, while the rest of you take a little bit more work. Well, I hate to admit that you all have free will. It's not 100% free. It costs you every time that you fight me. I wear you down a little here and a little there, and then all of a sudden, no more free will, and I got ya. Evil is underrated in the people who don't practice it. Being good is boring. Everyone knows it. See, even if you choose good, I will get you. I might not get you to murder your neighbor, but I'll get you to stop at the strip club on your way home from work and spend the rent money. You all are evil. Every last fucking one of you. Some of you are just better at hiding it. That's all. But, well, I'm tired. And I need to get some sleep. I'm getting up early tomorrow to go vote. Any guess who I'm voting for?